Hey everyone, so let's talk about two very budget friendly phones here. So on the left right here we have the TCL 30Z, which is normally priced at 40 bucks. And then on the right here is going to be the Blue View 4, which is actually a little bit cheaper at only 30 bucks normally priced. Personally got these both at half off on clearance. So both of these again are super budget friendly phones. Both of these are total by Verizon, but you can get them through other companies as well as other carriers as well. So start off here with the TCL. It has a 6.1 inch HD plus display, whereas the Blue only has a 6.08 inch HD plus display. So basically same size display. And hopefully you can tell in the video, the TCL, it is a little bit, technically a little bit bigger of a display. The bezels are also quite a bit bigger, especially on the side. And then the bottom is a little bit bigger, the top's a little bit bigger. But the side bezels are probably about double the thickness of the Blue, which also has decent sized bezels for these days. So with the TCL, according to them, battery talk time of up to 19 hours, whereas the Blue View 4 is up to 30 hours. So the Blue will last longer by almost about 11 hours or so. If you do buy these on the Total by Verizon, you are technically using Verizon's network, which is very much a good thing, as it's a very good network. So again, this is a little bit bigger than this, but you won't really be able to tell much of a difference. The bezels are also bigger. So let's look at these real fast. We of course have front-facing cameras, and flipping them over here, I actually do like the way both these look. The TCL has this cool look to it. It's not actual texture, it's just smooth, but it does have this really cool look to it. And it does have the track phone on both of these, because these are technically actually track phones. It's kind of weird. TCL there, you have the blue symbol down here. This, you have these kind of ridges. This actually is a texture. And this actually, to me, both of these look really, really cool. Both of them do, of course, have back-facing cameras. Neither of them are very good, but they do have them if you want to use them. Of course, have volume rockers. You, of course, have your power button there. Both of these actually do have headphone jacks. I have a mic on the TCL over here. Blue is over there. And this is where you'll notice some difference. The Blue actually has a SIM card slot right here. You'll notice there is not one on the TCL. I'll get to that in just a moment here. So this is your SIM card slot, as well as a micro SD card expansion slot, which is very, very cool. The bottom here, you can see again some differences. So we have our mic on the Blue, and then we actually have a USB Type-C charger, which is pretty sweet. And then over here on the TCL, you have your speakers, only one of which actually works, the other one's just for show. And then you actually have a micro USB still, which is crazy. And then what's even crazier about, I'm not going to take this off, but in the box, this cover is actually off of the TCL. It actually pops off. You can see there is a spotter here. You pop off this entire back cover, and you can get to your battery, and that's also how you get to your SIM card as well. So it's kind of crazy. You especially don't see that. It has a removable battery, and then you pop the entire thing off to get to your SIM card. Going into the displays here, they both actually look pretty decent, I want to say, for both being such cheap devices. I actually have no issues with these displays. They both look rather good. Then let's talk about their speed and their performance. Again, both of these are ridiculously cheap phones. I don't know how they even produce these things for that price. So neither of them are going to be the quickest device. But I will say, if you're trying to decide between these two, the Blue is definitely the better way to go. It is quite a bit faster in everything. So we'll go here, we'll go to Pokemon.com. See, I've already been to this website on both of these. Brightness is at 100% on both phones as well here. And I would say the Blue does look better. Display wise as well, I would say the Blue does look better, but again, the TCL does not look actually that bad. But you can see on speed, and actually talking about display again, there is quite a bit more stuttering on the TCL when you're scrolling through them. Of course, neither of these have any sort of adaptive refresh rate or 120 hertz or anything like that. They're just standard displays. Go into here, and you see even on a website like Pokemon, which is pretty easy for things to load into, the blue is quite a bit faster. And it's actually, both of these, again, for the prices that you're paying for these, I don't think the loading in speed is actually that bad, as long as you're only trying to do one thing at a time. And then we'll go to Mitsubishi.com here, which is the website neither of these have been on. And we'll let them, you guys can see how much quicker the blue is. So there we go, that is pretty much loaded in. And actually the blue really isn't, again, both of these are not really that as terrible as I thought they were going to be, as far as loading in websites go, at least. They're both actually decently good, but the blue is definitely better, and it's also a little bit cheaper. And the screen's better. Overall, the Mitsubishi, the blue is going to be the better choice in my opinion. But you can see that both do actually load in websites decently well until you get into heavier websites. But most websites will load in pretty well. Alright, now let's talk about the way these phones are kind of set up here. They're both very similar. Of course, they're both on Android, but they have their own skins over Android. You can see both of them have the weather up there. The blue, for some reason, he keeps losing it, and then it comes back. So this is how they pretty much looked out of the box. I really didn't do too much to them. So we go over, again, I mean, this is basically standard Android here. We have, of course, every cameras, and of course, icons look a little bit different. Or at least some of them do. We scroll up, we go up here. Again, they both look basically the same, which is basically just, again, standard Android. There's nothing too crazy. You do get a whole bunch of added bloatware on here. I mean, you see all these different games. This doesn't have as much on the blue. I mean, definitely want to delete some of the stuff. Again, these only have like 32 gigabytes of storage to begin with. It's not the greatest. So, but for the most part, though, they do look about the same. We'll go into YouTube in just a second here. But if we scroll down or swipe down here, then you can see a little bit of a difference. So we have our Wi-Fi, of course, they have Bluetooth, you have flashlights, all that good stuff. Again, they are basically the same, just a little bit of a different setup. Here's your brightness on the TCL, where up there it's more like a standard Android. Most Androids have like that. On the TCL, it's over here. And you can scroll over, but you can't really do much more. Yeah, as far as scrolling over, you gotta scroll down. So again, both these do have dark mode, do have night lights, do have all that stuff that's basically standard on most phones these days. You can have a screen recorder on it, if you want to do that. So again, both are pretty standard stuff. The TCL, I cannot get rid of this stuff. It just does not want to go away. The blue is a little bit better with that. Next, we'll go into a speaker test. Alright, so we're going to do some royalty-free music here on YouTube. So it's same song. Again, the speakers are set up a bit different. So both of these only have one speaker that will play when you're listening to music and whatnot. So on the TCL, it is down here. Whereas on the blue, it's actually on the back of it. I don't know why the flashlight's on. But it's on the back of it right there, which is kind of weird. And then both these do have their volumes up all the way. We'll show real fast. We're going to do blue, then we'll do the TCL. So let's move that one out of the way. And that is the blue, and then TCL. So I think both are actually decently loud. I think, again, the blue is a little bit better. It's also a little bit louder if it's not on the table or something. One more thing to note, too, again, with performance is, as you probably saw there, this took a second to actually load back in. This just did it. So this definitely loads in better. So especially if you're like scrolling through a video, the TCL is going to take a little bit longer to load in than this is going to. And one more thing is the stuttering. When you're scrolling through stuff, the TCL has a lot of stuttering. The Blue actually, again, isn't bad. Then one last thing to mention here with both of these is neither of them have NFC. So you're not going to be able to tap to pay or anything like that. And then neither of these have wireless charging. And again, the Blue is actually, at least when I bought it, normal price is $30 compared to $40 for the TCL. And both of these ones I bought are from Total by Verizon. So all in all, I would say if you're going to buy one of these phones, get the Blue. It is definitely a better buy. I think you'll be a lot happier with it. It just works better than this one does. And you also have USB Type-C, which is really cool for such a cheap device. But yeah, you all let me know what you think. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.